Hi, my name is Nicole Troutman. I'm a research and instruction librarian at Tennessee State University. I was browsing our website the other day and discovered these wonderful resources that can be accessed by anyone. You do not have to be a student or a faculty member at Tennessee State University to access these. They are available for free to anybody in the community. We call these open educational resources. And the whole purpose behind these resources is that good information is sometimes very expensive to come by. So if you want some really good, solid, peer-reviewed information and not having to pay a whole bunch of money for it, Open Educational Resources is the way to do it. It offers this information to people for free. So today I will show you how to get to our website and find our Open Educational Resources research guide. And then I will take you to Open Culture and show you how to navigate their page because they have a lot of really great information. So let's get started. All right. So the first thing you want to do, go to Tennessee State University Library, hit search. We're going to go to the home page. So if you want to get to our open educational resources, you're going to click Use Our Services. And you go all the way down to Scholarly Communications. And there you will find our open educational resources second from the bottom. Now, this is a really cool research guide. Not only does it offer access to open educational resources, it actually explains them. Explains what the purpose is, how they're managed legally, what the different processes are of making these available to the community. So if you want to learn more about them, this section here will tell you all about it. If you scroll down here, we have a variety of subjects you can look at open educational resources for. If you don't want to dig through a bunch and you know exactly what you're looking for, pick a subject, see what we've got. We are going to start with general OER. Scroll down here, and here is Open Culture. All right. Each day they have a new thing I've noticed that they cover. They'll do a little report on, so you can always learn something fascinating just on their homepage. Today it is the only illustrated manuscript of Homer's Iliad from antiquity. Sounds fascinating. So I'm going to start us off looking at K through 12. This is a really cool thing because if you are trying to homeschool your kids, it is always nice to have the extra resources available. And not only will these help with homeschooling, if your kids have assignments they need to work on and they need to do their own little research projects, these will have great resources for them too. So it's always a good place to browse. You've got your homeschooling resources, free audio books, ebooks, and textbooks. Now, this is pretty cool because I know there are a lot of books that we're required to read in elementary school, and high school and middle school. They'll have, your novels that they want you to read, but they also have the textbooks on different subjects that they want students to learn. And this is a great place to get more information on them. Here we've got foreign languages. So if they're studying a foreign language, this is a really great place to get a little help. They've also got video lessons and tutorials, which might help them retain it a little more. Schoolhouse Rock, when I saw this, I got very excited because I remember this being a show when I was a kid, and it was really exciting to actually see it here on the Open Educational Resource website. Here we have Art and Visual Culture. And I believe that is the end of the list on that one. Some of these have really big gaps in between because the advertisements needing spaces and such. But I believe that's the end of that list. So let's take a look at online courses. Now, these are for adults. These are college level courses, university level courses that you can learn from. So they're all laid out by subject. So it starts off pay close attention to this. Starts off with humanities and social sciences. So you got your archaeology, your architecture, your art, classic, everything you would find in humanities, economics, and finance courses are here, which I find it very interesting. I will point it out in a moment as to why. They've got a very long list. Geography, health, history, always a good thing to learn. Writing and journalism, language lessons, with a very long list of languages. Got law, literature. Literature is my favorite section. You've got your linguistics, if you want to know what's behind the language. Media studies, music and performing arts. Philosophy has a really good long list. All right, political science, religion courses. Anything that piques your interest, you can learn about it here. So here we have sciences. So if you are looking for a science, you can skip all that, because just past urban studies courses, you get into the actual sciences where you've got your aeronautics, your anthropology, astronomy, physics is in here. So the reason I found the economics course being interesting in the humanities, because the business courses are down here, which is not quite the same as economy, but running a business, that's something you're going to need to learn how to manage. So you got your business courses are in the sciences, chemistry, computer science has a really good long list, which could be very useful stuff to learn, especially in this day and age. Got data science, engineering. Here's your math courses. Your math is under sciences, physics courses, your psychology, and that's the end of our list there. So you can always feel free to browse here. Actually, we don't need to scroll back up because I opened it in a new window. All right, now let's look at languages. To make your life easier, if you don't want to go through all that to find your foreign language courses, you can click on languages. They have them all sorted out by language. So if there's a language you've always wanted to learn or a language you need to learn, you may be have your boss telling you you need to learn this language for work because we are working with people who speak this language a lot more and we need to be able to communicate. Or you may need to learn it for school credit. Here we have foreign language courses available on Spotify, YouTube, their own websites. There's even iTunes. So yeah, dig through, take a look, see if there's a language that you need or want to learn, and you can find resources that match up with the device and the programs you use. And you just scroll through here. Let's look at your different languages. I definitely plan on dipping into this section later on. So now let's go to the fun stuff. We've got audiobooks, which I've already dipped into. 1,000 free audiobooks that you can download. They've got them available on iTunes. There's also a free MP3. Here's an MP3 zip file. There's a free stream you can do. This one is read by the actress Lucy Lawless. I don't know if anyone remembers her. She played Xena, a show that I was very much into when I was a kid. And then I've also found them on Spotify, which works for me because that is what I have access to. Yep, right down here. Pride and Prejudice on Spotify. It's not the only one on Spotify. So yeah, you could browse through here, see if there's anything you're interested in reading or have to read for class. There's an audiobook version here. We have a lot of classics, and I think we got some really fun stuff mixed in here too, which, classics and fun kind of all the same for me, but I know it's not that way for everybody. So definitely take a look and see if there's anything you're interested in hearing. Here we also have movies. 4,000 free movies, and they have a variety of genres here. You've got your classics, your indies, your noir, your westerns. They've got documentaries if you want to learn from your movie. It's here, and they've got more. It's just starts off right here with free comedy and dramas. And you could just go through by genre and see if there's anything you're interested in watching. They have some really cool lists in here. Um, Hitchcock noir, horror, and thriller films. So those are all lumped together. So yeah, you could go through here, see if there's anything you're interested in watching or have to watch for a class, because sometimes they do that. If you like podcasts, they have a whole bunch of podcasts here that you can access. Again, you've got Apple, Spotify, Google, website. So different sources providing these, but you can go on here and look at these different podcasts all sorted out by subject. So here we've got art, design, and fashion, audio dramas. The list goes on. Here we go. Audio reads, fiction and nonfiction, and then books and language. And then we can also take a look at ebooks. So I like to have the classic physical book in my hand. There's something about that. But I will admit, these ebooks can be super handy. Like if you have to go to the doctor's office and you need something to read while you're waiting, or if you need to carry the book on a trip with you, it's a lot easier to have it available on your phone or your computer that you bring with you anyways than to have to bring the extra physical book and risk it getting damaged. So having them available in ebook form is super handy. So you can go through here and see if there are any books that you want/need to read available in ebook form. Just out of that and go back to our homepage. So now I'm going to take you through all these fun little lists they have on the side. Of course, there are multiple ways to get to all these sources. These are just your general stuff so you can get to it easily by tab. If you come over here, they've got their essentials. This is what they feel to be the most important stuff or the most popular stuff that people are going to want access to. So you can start there if you want to. Of course, free K through 12 education is on here. That is very important. Great lectures by these different individuals. So if there's anyone you've been really interested in hearing a lecture from, or place, this is Oxford Philosophy Lectures, just to kind of see how the lectures go. Or if you want to hear these lectures to help you retain the information that you need, this is a good place to start. Here we have our free courses. There's all of, well, not all of them. There's a number of our subject areas. And then if it's not there, you can click on all courses and it will take you and you'll find your subject there. Here we have great recordings. Now this is kind of cool. So here we've got T.S. Eliot reading the book Wasteland. Here we have Fitzgerald reading Shakespeare, which that could be kind of neat. And then they have it by different author. If there are certain books you want to hear read, check it out here. Here's your free movies. They've got a bunch of your genres. And they've even got subgenres separated out because I know they're going to be very popular, like Charlie Chaplin, Hitchcock. Here's free languages. So this is not all of them, but they have the big ones here. And if none of those are languages that will work for you, you can just go ahead and click on all languages and browse the whole list. Here's a really cool feature, this book list by. I was browsing through this. I was like, what is this? And I noticed these are by famous people. So Ernest Hemingway has a list of books he would recommend people read. David Bowie has a list of books that he would have recommended. And I've been through that list, and it's kind of neat because a lot of those books I recognize from my college class requirements. So, classic literature. Art Garfunkel had a list. Marilyn Monroe even has a list. So if you're curious, you could go ahead and just check out these lists and see, like, it kind of gives insight into how they thought and what they were into. And you might find something really cool that you enjoy in there too. Here we have free ebooks. separated out by subjects and authors. Syllabi, so this is how these professors had their syllabi put together for their classes. It might help give you direction if you're trying to put together your own studies. Here's favorite movies. Here's your free audiobooks. Got fiction, poetry, nonfiction, or you could just go to the whole 700 free audiobooks if you want to see more. Textbooks is a big deal. Textbooks are super expensive. I think that was one of the hardest hits with college education is the textbooks. You think you've already paid for everything, and then the textbook costs can be absolutely astronomical. So yes, free textbooks. If you could find it for free, definitely helpful. Here we're back to our K through 12 resources. You got your test preps, your teacher resources, quality YouTube channels to learn from. A lot of cool stuff right here. And then here you got free art and images. Now this is neat because they'll actually show you, there are different galleries in here, like the Getty, the Met. They've got the British Library down here. And you can actually see images from these different museums. It is so cool. If you want to look at a specific artist, you've got Van Gogh and Rembrandt. Let's go ahead and take a look at, oh, there's stuff based on the French Revolution. Take a look at the Getty, just to see. Yeah, there's some beautiful artwork from there and links related. So you can definitely go through there and take a look. And they've got coloring books at the bottom, which you can't beat that. Those are always nice for relaxation. Here we've got free music, and it's got a wide range. So like right here, you got 80,000 classical music scores. You've got Bach music. And then down here, you got Grateful Dead concerts. So it's a broad range. It is not just one genre. Down here, they've got a really cool section about writing tips. So these famous authors are giving their own tips on writing. So if you love to write and you want to learn how to be a better writer, or if you're curious how they came to write the way that they wrote, that's a great place to look. Here we've got personal finance, which can be useful for everybody. And then we have a bunch of other categories if you want to check for things through here. And then this I decided to save for last. Here we got all posts by dates under the archive. Here we have it by month and year because they do posts on their home site throughout the month. So these are their post archives. So if you want to go back and see, let's see what they posted on their homepage in September of last year. You can go and they will show you the stories they posted and the fun information that they gave in that month. Which, of course, is never a requirement, but I always find it kind of neat to look and see what new stuff they have up on their homepage because they have some really cool information. So, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it was helpful to you. As mentioned before, this will be happening on a monthly basis. There will be a new open educational resource I will be covering to help you through. I am a big believer in making life easier. So there's a couple of fun links in the description for you. If you don't feel like going through the whole process to get there, you can go to those links and it'll get you where you need to go faster. So goodbye. I hope to see you again next month.